Today is our 1-year anniversary from the first time that we put up our first video on YouTube. Yes, 1 year and 140 videos later, counting today. Thank you for all your support. We have been getting awesome feedback, support, topic ideas. We continuously put out videos because of your feedback. You contacting us saying that you're liking the videos, you're loving the videos, keeps us making these videos. So thank you for your support. We would have never reached 140 videos and we would have never reached 1 year if it wasn't for you. So thank you. And yes, I'm getting a little bit emotional because it's 1 year and I never thought that we would even be putting videos on YouTube, let alone 140 videos later, and we're still making videos and we're still going to continuously put out videos about different topics. Our topics range from so many things. We've done safe sleep. We've done count the kicks. We've done people's experiences coming on and sharing home birth experience, sharing their birth at hospital experiences. We've had a doctor that comes on. We've had a nurse coming from the NICU coming on to share stuff. We've had a lot of different topics, different information, breaking down things from like childbirth classes, what's evidence, what's not evidence, the woo that's been kind of taking over social media and the internet. So we have gone from all these different topics and we still have more to share with you to keep fighting against the misinformation. Thank you for all the support that you've given us to keep us pushing and making more videos. We have a lot more coming up and we love hearing from you. So if you have any more topic ideas or something that maybe you would like to hear about, or maybe something we've discussed already, but maybe you want some more details about something, like maybe there was something that we didn't cover about that topic, let us know. So reach out to us and you can either email us, you can message us, whatever works for you. Comment below. And we would love to hear from you because this is a community. We do a lot of the things from what we've heard from you. Some things that we've seen in groups, some things that we've seen other places, like people asking questions and stuff. So a lot of the information that we put together actually comes from you already, and you probably don't even know it. Anything that you'd like to hear about, please let us know. We're going to continue on. This is our first year. So as long as you keep watching and keep sharing and keep supporting, we will keep going and keep trying to get out as much information as we possibly can. So here's to another maybe year or however long this continues going. We're going to keep sharing those videos. So again, thank you so much for watching, for sharing, and for supporting us. We do all the stuff for you. So thank you. I hope you guys are enjoying your holidays. I hope you're enjoying the end of the year and you're staying safe. Always remember to take care of you while taking care of your family, because you have to be taken care of in order to take care of them. Cheers to another year. So happy 1 year.
Since it's been 1 year of content, there'll be another year, and we'll start, because Danielle, I know this is your channel. We're not going to start with you. We're going to end with you. So we're going to start with Christina. Will there be another year of Christina with this channel?
Oh yeah. As my time allows, for sure. I love sharing my experiences and what I do for a living. I think people can learn a lot. So yeah, I'll definitely be around.
All right, Megan.
Absolutely. Same as Christina. I love to join whenever I can. And I end up, especially when we have different guests who come on, and I learn so much from other people too, as all I really share as somebody who's a layperson, I just share like my anecdotal experiences and things like that. So sometimes when we have professionals come on or we all just share our experiences, I learn so much.
All right, Anne, take it away.
Oh yeah. I love it, especially if there's another year of Adam on this channel. I will definitely be there.
Maybe sprinkles.
One of the high points of my year is listening to you doing and your remembrance of the midwife.
I have a good memory sometimes.
It's okay. You're a first-time mom.
It was what we called them midcons. Yes. All right, and Tess.
Yeah, sure. I actually promised Danielle we could do a sciencey, how to science kind of episode. And as soon as I have time, we'll figure that out. So yeah.
And then Danielle, is there going to be a year of content with this channel? Another year?
Oh yeah, I definitely think there's going to be another year, and we're just going to keep going as much as if we keep building and more people are watching and we got kind of a little bit of fan base. You guys probably don't know this. It's been really fun. We've been meeting some really cool people, and I've been hearing some really awesome stories and experiences. I get emails actually from professionals like doctors, nurses, therapists. I get a lot of different things. So I get to hear so many different stories and people that are agreeing with us and understanding stuff, or giving us little things of like, hey, look, point at to do a video on this or something. So I really, really enjoy it, because I feel like after Gavin, I became so isolated from the world. And then all of us after COVID, I think we all became very isolated from the world. And then doing this channel, it's like we are connecting with so many different people. And I really, really enjoy it, because I feel like there's just so much crap. And we know there's so much misinformation. So it's nice to be, and just even if we're like that little small voice, we're not out there big with the millions of views or whatever. We're that little bit of light, that little light in the darkness is what I feel like, because I just wish if I could go back, there was just somebody that told somebody else that could tell me like where to avoid of that, like, just don't go down this path. And I think like it would have made such a difference. And I can honestly say, like, there's a lot of people that we have made changes, and people that were going to do home births and doing other situations, and they trusted their gut feeling, and ultimately their babies are alive today. So I'm going to just keep rolling with it. And I'm really, really excited about where we've been going. Like, I just really enjoy it, and I love it. So I'm going to go as much as everybody wants to go with it. We're going with it.
It's been a year. She's had this video for a year. And I like asking this because I do YouTube stuff, and I like asking people what they would like to see in the years for future videos. What would be an ideal video for you that you want to see happen? It could be interviews, an interview with a certain type of person. It could be more videos like this. In the year to come, that you've all agreed that you would love to come on and do this. What ideal video would you like to work on? And what would that be? And so we will start with Ange. Yes.
It's really hard, because part of me says I don't want to like put someone on the spot and grill them. Part of me says I do. Mostly I would like to see somebody who had shall we say, at least 2 different birth experiences come and talk about how they felt about all of them. Let's talk about birth experiences and, the details people don't think about. Like, when did you get your epidural? Was it too soon? Did you think it was soon? Too soon? Not soon enough? Wished you had done something different? I mean, my questions for birth stories are, did it go like you planned? Did anything unexpected happen? What would you do differently next time? What were you happiest with? That kind of stuff.
All right, Megan, what would you like to see on this channel?
It's hard to say. I don't know that I have. Well, so there's one I can't really say because I'm going to ask her about it. But Danielle knows there's one person who she's lurks in our VBAC group a little bit. She's in a different group with Danielle and I, who she shared her story, and she has a really interesting birth story. And she definitely is like-minded with us, and I think would be a great person to come on and share. And so I've been actually meaning to. Danielle was like, you should ask her, and I've been meaning to and just haven't done it yet. So I actually think she will jump on with us, and I think she'll be a really interesting. It's just a unique. She had a vaginal birth in a hospital, but think she had some really bizarre complications. So I'll leave it at that because I'll let her share her own story. But I think it would be interesting because she's a good example of someone who was in a hospital and did experience what was a traumatic birth and had definitely a great story for like, you wouldn't have wanted that to happen outside of a hospital. That's for sure. For her, not, not so much her baby was fine for her. So, I definitely want to see her come on. As far as like other topics or it's hard for me to say right now. I'm definitely more of suddenly I'll be driving down the road or in the shower and something will pop into my head and I'll be like, Danielle, we should do a video about this, or I'll share things like that. That's more my style. But I have been thinking, I always like to self-reflect, and I've thought to myself, like, would you ever have connected with this work or with what we're doing if you had a really straightforward VBAC, or do you think you would still fall under the same? So it's not that I would discredit anything that anybody was saying, but would I have even found it, or would I even be looking, or would I still hold some of the beliefs in the, oh, well, your body's made to do this, or VBAC is mostly safe, or things like that? Like, would I still just hold it and not really see the other side of it? So the reason why I evaluate that about myself, and I'm honest and being like, maybe you wouldn't, maybe you still would be totally would think those things, or like, in your, some of, maybe Danielle and Madison, if you had a straightforward home birth, would you have seen outside and seen things where they are? And why I think that is because I want us to also, I really want to try to reach people and see, like, how do we reach people who are otherwise haven't had that? Like, that's where I'm constantly always thinking, like, how can we see people? How can we be preventative? Which I know is the lens we come at anyways, but that's how I try to step back and think into, and I've been thinking about that a lot lately, if that makes any sense. That's how I've been trying to look at it a bit, to be like, how can we reach people where it hasn't like, how can we get people to believe it, or to like see it, or without having to experience trauma or tragedy or things like that first to get there. And so that's why I think we do a good job of it already. I just want to keep chipping away at that.
The one person you want on here, do you want this video to be the platform where you ask them to come on, or do you want to wait and ask them later? Because this is perfect time to be like, hey, you want to come on?
It is perfect timing. I don't know that she'll see it 100%. She does follow our videos, I believe, but I think I'll ask her.
Okay. All right, Madison.
So I have to agree with Ange that I think that it would be really beneficial and cool to be able to say, because I know Danielle works very hard to make it so that there's more discussion than just home birth gone wrong. And that's why she's had OBs come on to talk about like birth control, pregnancy issues, things like that. I think it would be really cool to get some other birth stories from other settings, that we interview the moms the way that we have with the stories that have been told on here before. So I agree with that. I know there's one that I've talked to Danielle about a couple of times where there's buzzwords and buzz phrases used in the natural birth community on social media. And it's kind of where I say, like, every complication is a hashtag. And so I would love for us to do an episode where we put all those phrases into a hat, like, your body was made to do this. You can't grow a baby. You can't birth. Your baby knows when to be born, and all of that stuff. And we just pull the phrases out of a hat and deconstruct how anecdotally we know they're not true, and people who are more professionally involved in that can say the statistical reasons why those things aren't true. Like premature babies. Obviously, babies don't know when to be born if there's babies who are being born at 18 weeks. And then the only other like interview that I can think of that I would love to see, if it wouldn't be like a conflict of interest or something like that, if we can find somebody willing to do it, I think an interview with a malpractice attorney would be really, really cool to do. So, because the inability of people who get caught up in the home birth community to be able to sue their providers. And unfortunately, we live in a country where all law changes come from lawsuits in one way, shape, or form. So if you're unable to sue your midwives, there's no litigation to build new laws off of. So that's part of the reason why the bad things that happen in home birth don't catch up with the midwives, because there's not even people suing about it. it's very hard to find an attorney. So to have somebody who works in that field be able to come on and answer, like, this is why attorneys are not taking these cases. This is why this is happening in a legal standpoint. I think that would be cool.
I just realized that I know someone, I'm not sure if she's a common friend with the rest of you. She was a first-time mother, pregnant with twins, had both of them vaginally in an OR in a hospital. And that would be a really cool birth story
Yeah.
to talk about.
Well, a story like that is so important, especially when we're talking about the things that the home birth community uses to lure people in. Is they say the hospital just wants to make money. The hospital just wants to make money. How much money does it cost the hospital to take an entire OR for the vaginal birth of twins, where now there's all those C-sections? If you say that they push for C-sections, that entire OR cannot be used for what you think is their bread and butter. And they're doing it so this mom can have a vaginal birth. So those stories are so important, because I never knew until maybe 2 months ago that that's how vaginal births of twins happened. And I'm in this community of people talking about the real truth about things. So that would be fascinating to hear. That would be so cool.
Danielle, I hope you're writing all of this down. Oh, Danielle, this is your channel. So, I mean, it's not like you're like, I'm hoping to see, no, you already know what kind of stuff you're wanting to lean towards. So I guess with all of them here, is there something that you're planning on doing next year, or a particular one you're excited about doing next year, to give them an idea or a preview of what's coming that you want to share with us right now? And this is the final question, and that's it. That's it. All right.
Actually, I have lots of ideas for the channel, and I actually kind of brainstorm and do a lot of stuff constantly. So one of the things that I actually like is that we do give people a platform to share their experiences in a safe place. They're not being attacked. They're not being silenced. They can honestly share whatever is going on with them and help them process whatever happened. Sometimes we've been talking to people and people are talking about things that they've never thought of before and they didn't realize. And we've kind of pieced together pieces of their own story. So I think that's really important. And one thing that I kind of like doing, which as we started kind of rolling and we started going, is I really would like to do, if possible, because I know things are a little bit different with people's schedules and stuff, I'd like to have at least one experience from somebody every month. So every month there'd be another person coming on and sharing their experience. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about having a baby. We can actually share about different things. Like we've talked before about postpartum depression. I would love to have people come on and share what their journey was like with postpartum depression and what they went through for treatment. So it doesn't have to be just their birth story, but I'd like to actually share a little bit more of different perspectives that, exactly like you guys are saying, if you don't experience the trauma, you don't experience the loss, you don't know that it's a thing. Like you don't know, you don't look for it. When you're pregnant, you're like and living on this happy, positive plane. You're not looking up the disasters. I mean, some people kind of, maybe they pre-plan and they want to hear both sides, but most people don't. You're just looking for the fuzzy stories. So I would love to have more people come on and share. And that is a really, big one for me, is that's one thing that I've been trying to do for like a while. I've actually talked to people, gosh, I think we've been talking since like March. So, I mean, just an idea of like the planning that goes behind what people don't notice of what we're doing. Some of you guys know, because I kind of try to feed you guys into what's going on, but we've had to move things around. Like going with an OB that we get to meet with maybe once a month or once every other month. She is an active current OB. So we have to go around her schedule of delivering babies. And you know what I mean? And when she's at the office, because she has to go see them at a doctor's appointment too. She's an OB. So getting these medical people in and getting different people in, we have to work around people's schedule to meet. So it's been a little bit rough getting some people going. And I would like to say I'm actually extremely happy and very proud of all like the mothers that have come on and shared their stories of their babies, because a lot of them have not had a platform, and we have been silenced and we have been deleted and banned and all this crazy stuff online. So I do find them as very, very important, because I get a lot of feedback about these families. And I think it's very important for people to know the bashing that happens. Christina said that I kind of am probably the buffer to everybody. The bashing normally does not happen with these people sharing their experiences. Just so people know, they actually get a lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of people back them up, and a lot of views. Like, people are very grateful to see their stories and hear about their children, hear about their lives. It's honestly, it's an honor that they even want to come on and share them. With that being said, we do get, for sharing the evidence, people do not like evidence. That is the truth. We get people very upset about evidence. Even our doctor is coming out saying stuff, and people have argued with me about it. I'm like, it's a doctor. Who are you going to argue about it? Like, I'm not even arguing. So I really just want to keep rolling with kind of what we've been doing, but I know we're going to keep growing, because there's more ideas and there's so many things that we can cover about our health, our bodies, our babies, and we've covered from so many different topics. We have well over 100 videos already out right now, but I just feel like we're going to just keep going. And I do love that people give us their feedback and their ideas, and we can try to figure out how we can do that, how we can, we do take the questions and we will ask questions and stuff, and getting that information out there. So I do like the variety. I don't want to stick in one way or another way. I would like to do in the future, in next year, pre-planned, if people on the other side, the viewers want this, I would like to do a live video and see what happens, because people do communicate with us a lot, actually, from our videos. And I think it would be a nice way for us to communicate back, because like a lot of times it's me communicating with them, but it would be nice for everyone to communicate back to the people that are watching what we're saying, and they're there. So I just feel like that would be something very important, because I know from social media and from YouTube, a lot of people that where we can match up and meet up with those people is live, because we get to talk to them. If we can talk to them, they can talk back to us. And I think that's very important, because again, the channel there's a lot of us behind the scenes of this channel. Like, I'm constantly talking to you guys, like literally almost every single day. Like, nobody knows that, but we're literally talking all the time, and I'm behind the scenes, but we make the channel together, and it has to do with the people that are viewing it too. So I would like to kind of have that bridge where it's like, we can actually have that conversation stuff. And I think it would be a lot of fun. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking for as far as the future of like new topics, new stuff, more experiences, new experts coming on, new medical people. We're still looking for a pediatrician, because we would love to have a pediatrician come on. I think that's a very important piece to our puzzle that we're missing. Hopefully in the future, I'm hoping, since our channel is building and more people are becoming a part of it, that more people will join on of exactly what you guys are saying, because I agree with exactly what you guys are saying. I want more variety. I want more people. I want more experiences, and I want more information, because that's the thing. I want people to be able to pick and choose what they want to watch on the channel. And that's why 100 videos, like, it's a lot, but then when I actually think about it, it's not enough, in my opinion, because I feel like we have so many things to talk to share about. Like, there's just so much information. So that's basically it in a nutshell, of a little bit more explaining in more detail than I thought I was going to, is that I'm hoping to kind of build up, and we do so much more than what we're doing right now, even though I'm very happy and proud of all the stuff that we've been doing. I think it's been really awesome. And I'm loving it, because this is a community, and I feel like the community is needed. And thankfully there has been the Facebook groups before we started this channel, so we can actually build together, where we have that support of people that they're not on these videos, but they're supporting us and being like, yes, get the information out there, and they do not let any lost mom get bashed or anyone get bashed. And I love that, because that's exactly what we've said, is we don't want anyone getting like treated like crap, but we are going to tell you the truth. Like, you need to know the truth. So with that said, that's what I would say, is that we're just going, like, just keep going, and new stuff, and we'll see where we go.